The truth is something entirely different. The truth is to do with how the United States understands its role in the world and how it chooses to embody it. The invasion of Iraq was a bandit act, an act of blatant state terrorism, demonstrating absolute contempt for the concept of international law. The invasion was an arbitrary military action inspired by a series of lies upon lies and gross manipulation of the media and therefore of the public. An act intended to consolidate American military and economic control of the Middle East, masquerading, as a last resort, all other justifications having failed to justify themselves, as liberation. A formidable assertion of military force responsible for the death and mutilation of thousands and thousands of innocent people. We have brought torture, cluster bombs, depleted uranium, innumerable acts of random murder, misery, degradation, and death to the Iraqi people, and called it bringing freedom and democracy to the Middle East. How many people do you have to kill before you qualify to be described as a mass murderer and a war criminal? 100,000? More than enough, I would have thought. Therefore, it is just that Bush and Blair be arraigned before the International Criminal Court of Justice. But Bush has been clever. He has not ratified the International Criminal Court of Justice. Therefore, if any American soldier, or for that matter politician, finds himself in the dock, Bush has warned that he will send in the Marines. But Tony Blair has ratified the court and is therefore available for prosecution. We can let the court have his address if they're interested. It is number 10 Downing Street, London. Thank you, Harold.
Needs to be brought to justice. This man is responsible for the deaths of tens of thousands of civilians. I've just been inside the Iraq inquiry here in the additional viewing facility, listening to Mr Blair, and I couldn't stomach the lies anymore. I'm sorry, I've been in Basra, I've seen the impact of sanctions on the children of Iraq. I've talked to mothers who've had their children killed by the bombing in Iraq. This man is a very serious war criminal. He needs to be arrested. My name is Gabriel Carlyle. I'm from Hastings. I spoke to the police. I said I was going to go and try and make a non-violent citizen's arrest. They refused to take any action and threw me out of the building.
My name is Maxine Gentle. I'm 14 years old. I'm the sister of Fusilier Gordon Gentle, who died in the war in Iraq on the 28th of June 2004. I want my thoughts and my feelings to be heard and known. My feelings are that I think you are rubbish at your job. I don't care about the British public or armed forces or anyone, in fact. My brother died at the age of 19, and what for? A war over oil and money. That's what I think the war is all about. Yeah. There was no such thing as weapons of mass destruction. If there was, Saddam Hussein would have used them at the start of the war. I think that you should withdraw all our soldiers from Iraq. After all, it's not our war, it's America's. So why did we, the British, have to get involved? I think you just don't want to get on the wrong side of George Bush. My brother meant the world to me. I looked up to him with pride because he made something of himself. Sorry.
Well done. Well done.
He was well known just like you, but everyone liked him and loved him, not like you, because I have no respect for you, nor do a lot of people I know. Gordon only passed out in April, and yet by May you had sent him and many others to a war zone. What I find strange is that in order to be a qualified plumber or electrician, you need to train for 3 or 4 years, but to be a qualified soldier and learn to have to kill somebody and defend your country, you need to train for 6 months. Yeah. The people that you have sent out there are still young. They have the rest of their lives to live, just like Gordon did. My family is still hurting badly, and so am I. To you, he was just another number. From the minute that we found out Gordon was gone forever, that we were all going over there, we were all worried about him, right up until the minute we found out it was Gordon that was killed by the Iraqis. We're all hurting badly, but I don't just blame Gordon's death on the Iraqs that made the roadside bomb. I blame you as well. It's your fault that they are there. Our soldiers are over there in the first place by agreeing with George Bush that we had to go to war when we didn't. As I said, everyone is hurting badly right now, but you would not know that as you and your sons are all tucked up nicely in bed at night. At the same time, there are mums and dads who still have sons over there who can't sleep at night wondering if their loved ones are coming home or are they going to be the next ones to be killed. It's okay for you sitting there with all your money and power ruining people's lives by the decisions you make. I don't care who knows how I feel about you. All you care about is the things that benefit you and all of your new best friends, George Bush, care about Iraq's oil. My brother died early hours in the morning, and yet when you went and George Bush went on TV in the afternoon, you handed the country back over. You both stood there that afternoon smiling and acting like one big happy family when you both knew well that a British soldier had died that morning. Nothing you can do or say will change my mind or the fact that I am hurting badly inside. I cry myself to sleep most of the time because Gordon has gone and is never coming back. Quite frankly, I would have loved to meet you myself and tell you this personally, but if I met you, I would not shake your hand. This is my personal feelings towards you and George Bush. I have less respect for you than him because you are the British Prime Minister, well, it's supposed to be, and I'm British, although sometimes I'm ashamed to admit being British when we had such a bad Prime Minister as you. I hope you've had a pleasure reading this as I had the pleasure writing it.